Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's energy update with me, Rebecca Meisel. Very excited to be recording this energy update a little bit earlier this week. I'm actually recording this on Saturday here with our beautiful eclipse that is happening this evening. I thought I wanted to tune in and do a reading on today just to see what beautiful energies this was ushering in, and this reading did not disappoint. So a lot of you are hopefully taking some time out to really tune in, to get your own messages as well, and to seek inside, because those answers are really going to be unfurling for us. We're going to be getting this amazing illumination and clarity to our next steps and to our soul's authenticity and our ability to really co-create with the universe this week. We're waking up to our larger purpose, and this is an amazing reading for that. It's really helping us understand the gravity of our lives, our purpose here, and what we're really here to do. So let's dive in, my friends. The first thing that came through was this amazing message of the voice. So there's going to be huge emphasis on expression this week. So the voice of champions is what came through, echoing out the message. It is clear. Sound and frequency, higher purpose expands. Spread the message of love out to the earth, the world, to all who are willing to listen. Lightworker, you've finally become who you've always been meant to be. Wholeness, unity, divine driving force, heart chakra expansion, the ability to love increasing. And this was really amazing because they were showing me the heart being able to hold and store more love than ever before. So we're getting this huge heart chakra awakening and Lightworker activation this week. So let's pause here. Let's review just these first little messages here because they're very powerful. So this week, if you have not already tuned in and gotten your divine downloads, please do so, because there's very important light codes. There's very important activations. There are very important energetic upgrades that are happening right now. And they're just showing me the gravity of this, of how this is now divinely timed. This is the time for us to be activated as light workers, to be getting out into the world, into the universe, and spreading our voices of love. And that's what's so powerful is the past little while, we've noticed that need to retreat. A lot of us have noticed how we've totally lost ourselves. We don't know who we are. We've been wondering, what are we going to do with our lives? What are we here to be and do and produce and whatnot? And who is supposed to be in our lives? We've had tons of question marks, and we've also had a ton of fear that has been rising to the surface. And this is all so we can get clear. And this is exactly what's happening now. We're now getting to this end point of Mercury retrograde. We're now getting to this end point of these eclipses where we're now starting to land on truth. So much about being lost and then finding our way. Finding who we are again, or who we now are and who we've become through this experience of life. So this is so incredible because once we land on this, once we get the clarity, wow, this is me. This is who I've become. This is what I'm here to do. we then become grounded in our authenticity. And that's exactly what we are being called to do this week. How can you now ground yourself in this newfound information, this newfound energy that you have upgraded into? Okay, so they're showing this massive glow up that has taken place or has taken place in your life, where you are now willing to grab hold of this new version of you, this true version of you, and foster those new beliefs. So we had a lot around that last week, where we had to say no to the ego, where we needed to say no to outdated versions of ourselves, to fears, to anxieties, to beliefs that just don't serve us anymore. So this week, that's going to keep getting easier. The more we start saying no, the more we start saying yes to ourselves, the easier and easier this becomes, and more quiet the ego becomes, because the soul is speaking loud and clear. And that is what this powerful voice is this week, is this voice of your soul, this voice of your heart is finally loud enough and willing to be heard, because you're finally coming to this acceptance. I am a light worker. I am love. I know what I'm here to do now, and I'm ready to shine. I'm ready to echo out this vibration of love into the world. And they're showing me this importance, this massive urgency for us to be ready. We need to be ready. So they're showing me, someone who's had one foot in, one foot out, and now we're putting that other foot in. We're putting that other foot down, and we're going, I'm ready. I'm here. I've taken this next step. So don't be surprised this week if you get a huge push, okay? So they're literally showing me the hand of the divine, giving you this push forward, like, come on, you need to take this step now, and you do. So notice this week. Where are you getting a very loud soul nudge, okay? Where is your intuition screaming at you loud and clear? Where are you being called to move, to take a step forward, to take a stand? Okay, so ground yourself in this newfound authenticity. Ground yourself in these new beliefs. Do not let fear hold sway. I really am hearing we cannot give in now. We've come way too far. We've come way too far. So ground yourself in love. Don't ground yourself in fear, okay? So I love how they're bringing this importance of higher purpose and that vision expanding. Now, we're going to wake up to this. Personally, what is my higher purpose? And for all of us, the simple answer is love. We're going to learn that. We're going to come to this divine download. If we haven't already, my purpose literally is love. It doesn't have to do with all the things I thought it did. It didn't have to do with my small-minded thinking. It didn't have to do with, should I make this choice or that choice? It comes down to the simplest of terms, choosing love and embodying love every day. So they want me to bring this awareness of something that came through this week for myself, and it feels very important to share. So what came through this week for me in a very beautiful download, and something I want to call it a reminder, because I think a lot of us know this information, but we need to now remind ourselves. We need now to embody this. And this was learning how to every single day embody your higher self, to embody the version of you that has the utmost love and respect for yourself, and to make choices and to make every decision from that space of awareness. So they're bringing up this soul recognition and embodying that soul. So embody your soul, embody your higher self, embody this highest expression of love. And every time you feel stuck or stagnant or scared this week, go, what would my higher self do? What would someone who absolutely loved themselves do in this situation? And make that decision and commit to it. So this is what's so beautiful is Lightworker, you've finally become who you've always been meant to be. And so they're showing me this full circle moment happening where we're coming back to wholeness. We're coming back to this unity within ourselves. The heart chakra is healing. The heart chakra is opening with this expansion of love. And once more, we're going to get awareness to where the heart chakra has been needing this, okay? So what channeled next was appreciation, okay? So this was very interesting. A lot of us light workers, we have no issue giving. We have no problem giving and giving and giving. Where a lot of us hold issue is the opposite, receiving. Learning how to find the balance. And this is what we've been learning. This is the lessons we've been learning the past little while. So we're going to get awareness this week to where perhaps we haven't been getting that receptive energy. So where we don't feel appreciated, where we're not feeling that balance in life, and to get very, very aware of where this is coming from, where this is coming in. So they're showing me this wound. I'm not appreciated. I'm not valued. Okay? We're not feeling like we are really loved or we're really getting what we need from our efforts. So what came through was self-gratification and ego transcendence. You are the master of your fate now. Step into your destiny. So this was really interesting because they were showing me here how we then changed the game. Instead of going, this person isn't giving me the validation, it isn't giving me the appreciation that I deserve, and we're taking it a step further than just hurt and wounding and letting that energy attach to us and fester. We are instead going, that's okay. And believe it or not, this awareness of, okay, I'm not going to tolerate and continue to tolerate bad behavior in my life, but I'm not going to take this personally anymore. I'm not going to let this be a mark against my heart anymore. I'm not going to let this leave a scar and wound me anymore. And we're becoming very aware of our own sovereignty, our own power, and that we do have a decision to make whether we're going to continue to let that wound us or if we're going to choose something different. So instead, we're now becoming self-reliant in a healthy way because we're going, I can actually appreciate myself. I can actually not allow my ego to get in the way and go, I can validate me. I can give me what I need. And it's this amazing shift that takes place with this self-love, with this self-appreciation. And when we are filling our own cup, we realize we no longer need to search for that external validation to fill it. So you are the master of your own fate. Now step into your destiny. So what was interesting about this was don't let lack of appreciation hold you back, because they want to bring this awareness as well. Light workers, not everybody is going to appreciate you. Not everybody is going to value what you value. Not everyone is going to value you the way you need to be valued. Okay? There's a really big understanding that we need to come to is a lot of people on earth are just waking up. They're just awakening. And they're just showing me level of awareness is not going to be on the same wavelength as yours. So we have to learn how to not take that personally. If people don't see what you're doing, don't stop. Don't let them win and go, well, I'm not appreciated, so I'm going to stop light working. No, do it because you love it. Do it because it's who you are. Do it because it fills your cup and fills your light. Don't stop shining ever for someone else because of someone's lack of awareness. So make those corrections this week. Notice where you are hurting unnecessarily and where you can now make a choice to clear that foundation of hurt, that wound, that vibration from your fields. Cut it off, release it. Don't let these things hurt you anymore. And that in itself is a very strong act of self-love and self-respect. So this is what we're growing. This is what we're learning how to do. And it's amazing because, once again, when we feel overwhelmed, when we're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to let this go, or I don't know how to move on, or I don't know my next steps. Like, I know who I am now. I know what I want to, be and love in this world, but how do I do it? The advice comes through. Trust the sovereign. Trust your own divinity. Time will tell how good things can get. Okay? This was so beautiful. So once again, we might have landed on clarity. We might understand now this higher purpose, but sometimes the earthly details come in and we're like, well, I don't really know how to do this, or how to navigate this, or how to put this through in an earthly way, right? In a 3D way. So this is where trust is going to be really key this week. We need to lean on the divine. We need to be leaning on our own intuition, our own sovereignty. And once again, keep trusting the process. Look, all of us have gone through this huge, intense energy the past few weeks. All of us are being rebirthed, and birth is hard. Okay? Labor is painful. It is hard. So if we've been able to get it to this point, we're now getting to this rebirth. This is where the birth is happening, okay? So don't give up now. Keep going. Keep fostering your faith. Keep believing in the best case scenarios, because it's going to happen. Like, I keep hearing, expect a miracle, right? Right now we might be in the thick of it. We're like, I won't see the way out. But when you're birthed out into the world, you are in a completely new world you didn't even realize was there. So they're showing me that example, right? When we're growing in the womb, when we're an infant, that's our world. It's in the womb. We're being created. We're being built, literally grown. So now when it comes to this birth, our eyes are starting to open. We're out in the open now. We're out of the womb. We're in the new world, a world we never thought was possible. So once again, I just keep hearing to repeat this message this week. You might only see the darkness, but that doesn't mean you're not growing. That doesn't mean that light will never be there, right? You're just going through the birth. You're going through this final stage. So this is what channeled next, rebirth, transcending all that you were before, to become who you are in your entirety. Now, this was so cool because from here they were showing me that we're really being born into our power. So becoming who you are in your entirety, a creative vortex of ever-growing light. How would you like to shine your light out into the universe? So this was cool because once again, we're becoming aware now. Holy moly, I'm powerful. When I am working through this space of unconditional love, love is the most powerful force there is. So imagine when you feed that love, when you cultivate that love, when you foster this self-belief and self-passion and self-respect, you're going to be an unstoppable force. And plus, you're starting to get this awareness. The universe is always on your side. So now you have this knowledge. You've equipped yourself with this amazing information. Oh, I'm not alone. I'm powerful. Holy moly. I can say no to fear. I can say no to energies that drain me. I can say no to hurt and to continuous suffering. Whoa. Now the world is your oyster. Now you're going, oh my God. I didn't know this was possible. And now it is. So you get to create now. You get to foster now. You get to build now. So what do you want to create? And you're finding this co-creation is available to you. So they're showing me someone whispering and speaking to the universe and telling the energies, this is what I want to create. This is what I want to build. This, let's do it. Let's do it. And it's this beautiful exchange, this beautiful relationship with the universe that now is created without hindrance, without this blockage of suffering, without this resentment or hurt or wounding getting in the way. Because look at what these eclipses have done. Look at what Mercury retrograde has done. It's helped us clear these wounds. They've made us shift into this new grounded authenticity. So now what is that going to do, my friends? What is that going to do to your manifestations? This massive upgrade in your energy fields. What's that going to do to your ability to create what's next? It's going to increase things tenfold. And to add on to this, with the backing, the motivation, the foundations of love leading the way. Love is now the creative force, the driving force of what you are building next. This is going to change your world. This is going to change your life. It's going to change everything because you've let go of that old foundation of fear and everything you built upon it. So they're showing me this clean slate, like everything that didn't align ripped away. And yes, that might have been painful. Yes, that might have been really hard. And I'm not saying we're not going through the throes of that. We're going through the throes of grief, of letting go what doesn't resonate with love anymore. Okay? Wow. Okay, this is really dropping in. Some of you really need to wake up to the big picture of what you've been going through, which is whatever has been taken away was not unconditional love for you. And let me explain this further. If a relationship was lost, if a job was lost, if whatever this is for you, whatever situation you're going through that had to be let go of, it is because it was not loving for you. It was not resonant with the highest vibration of who you are. It was not aligned for who you are at your most authentic self. So happily say goodbye. You might not feel that way right now, but you need to recognize the truth that this was not working in your favor. It was holding you back. It was holding you back from the full potential of you. It was holding you back from seeing the full expansion and limitless possibilities for your life. You now need to commit to a life of unconditional love, which means letting go of what hurts you, of what holds you down, what holds you back, so you can move forward in love. Because that is what you deserve. You deserve nothing less than unconditional love in your life. So this is now where we're going to be creating our lives from, is this new foundation, this new vibration of the utmost love, the utmost care for ourselves, the utmost respect. So circle back every day, get in touch with that energy. What would someone who absolutely loved themselves do? And take action. Start building your dreams from that place. And I promise you, it's going to make every single decision you make so simple, because it's either from fear or it's from love. And you're going to be able to tell the difference immediately. You're going to start opening up to this awareness of the sides of yourself that still feel undeserving, that still want to cave to the pressure, that still want to crumple under fear and go, oh, let's just do this. Let's just compromise. Let's make this decision. You're going to be illuminated to that. And you're going to go, no. We deserve more. And that's where you're going to foster your life. It's amazing. So you are the master of your fate now. Step into your destiny. Now, what's so cool is what channel next. You are the chosen one. Realizing you just needed to choose yourself all along. So once more, they're bringing awareness to this need of external validation and how the need for this is going to be extinguished this week, okay? If not already. So notice this. Where have you been literally pushed by the universe to choose yourself? Where has that pull been happening? Where is it, once again, the divine's going, take that step, would ya? You need to choose yourself. Like, have you noticed that the past few weeks that you've had decisions that have come up and you're like, wow, like I have no choice. I have to choose myself. I have to. Okay, so this is pushing us into a whole new level of commitment. And it's so cool because they're showing me how some of our most innermost desires are around being chosen. So notice that, we see that very glorified in today's society and entertainment and all these different things. It's around being so chosen by someone, whether it's through commitment, whether it's through, even just having clients come to you. We've chosen you, right? We've chosen you. And that gives us the sense of like, wow, I've been chosen. That means I'm worthy. That means I'm worth something, right? So see how this story has actually kind of been a little bit toxic? Because we're looking outside of ourselves to be found worthy by others. So this week we're going to wake up to perhaps situations that we're like, oh, okay, I've actually attached to that program. And all along, it's just showing me this desire of being chosen is just showing me where I just need to choose myself. So remember the mirror, right? This happens with our dreams too. Our dreams and our desires mirror to us where we're actually hurting, where we're wounding, where there is an insufficiency in that energy. So to keep it in simple terms, if you're desiring to be chosen, where do you have a wound that says you are not enough, that you aren't chosen, that you won't be chosen, that you're unworthy? Right? So see how this coincides. So they're really showing us this week where we now need to fill that void ourselves. We need to stop looking to others to fill this void. We need to stop looking to our jobs, our titles, our milestones in life to fulfill us. And instead go, no, I choose me. I fulfill me. I will heal my heart. I will feed myself love every day. And once again, the power returns. So notice in your life where you seek external validation. Notice in your life where you have very strong desires, aka needs that are not being met. And look within yourself and go, how can I take my power back and fulfill these things now, myself? So every time you do that, you are once more choosing yourself, showing your inner child you are deserving right now, not later, right? So this is also spurring massive action in the areas of our dreams. Okay, so they're showing me like dragging our feet because we didn't think we were worth it. And now doing this exercise illuminates us to where we just didn't have the faith. We didn't believe enough in ourselves. We weren't loving ourselves enough. So once more, this is going to illuminate a lot. When we start putting on the eyes of love and asking ourselves, what would someone who loved themselves do? What would my soul tell me to do? If you want, what would Jesus do? Right? Literally, make it that simple. We're going to be illuminated to where we have been avoiding the obvious choice. So if you believed in yourself, what would you create for yourself? What would you be doing? What dreams would you be making sure you achieved? Right? What risks would you be taking because you believe so much in yourself? These are the actions that we need to take. And they just keep showing me the step forward, taking that next step, the divine going, go, do it, would ya? I actually saw this post recently that was such a great post. And it was just like, if your life was a movie, what would the people watching the screen be screaming at you to do? It was worded a little bit more eloquently than that. But it was a great reminder because it's like, yeah, if you just take the pressure off of yourself and get yourself out of your own little world to get that bigger picture, what are the obvious things that you need to be focusing on? And how can you take those actions, not from fear, but from utmost love and respect for yourself? Okay? So it's time to move on. This is what channeled. Time to move on in your own time, your own pleasure. How would you like to spend the rest of your life? Okay, this is cool. So once again, we get awareness to, the comfort and the compassion and the care that we actually need to be giving ourselves as well. So yes, we're going to see, I need to take this action, but that doesn't mean we're never going to have fear. That doesn't mean we're not going to have emotions that come up that will need to be released and felt and given time to and space to. So just because we're going, yes, okay, we're going to get this illumination this week, that doesn't mean all the emotion goes away. So if these things come up, I'm just hearing, take your time. Yes, have awareness to the next step. Yes, keep taking steps in love. Keep being bold and courageous. But don't forget to comfort yourself along the way. Don't forget to give space and time to those parts that might still be in resistance to your happiness, to your dreams, to what's next, that might still be afraid. So don't forget your inner child this week. Take your time and make decisions that increase your pleasure. This is really cool, so take your time and move forward in pleasure. So where's the ease and grace component that we also need to factor in this week? Where do we need to bring in that component of this feels good, so I'm going to take this step. Right now, this is what I can do, and that feels right, so I'm going to step forward in that. And so they're really bringing this awareness of when we're afraid, we need to switch the narrative to, oh my gosh, what's going to happen, to this is an adventure. My life is an adventure. Yes, I might not know what's around the corner, but I can be excited about what's next. I don't have to be in a fear-based place all the time anymore. I can seek avenues that increase pleasure, that increase fun, that increase excitement. So I'm just hearing we need to get out of our comfort zones this week and make decisions, even just small little ones this week, that help us do that, okay? So how would you like to spend the rest of your life? This was really, really cool. We need to reflect on this week. It's actually really important. Once more, we're now in this new vibration. We are embodying love. So our manifestations are going to be rapidly coming in way quicker than before, way quicker, because we're going to have less things stalling us, right? We're not letting ourselves get in our own way anymore. We're not self-sabotaging anymore, right? So when we're more grounded in this energy of love and compassion, that's what we're going to be attracting. More good, more love, more compassion, more of what's right for us. So get clear. What are you wanting for your life? What are you wanting for yourself? Now, what's super cool is this collective awareness of how you want to spend your life is actually with your soul family, with friends, okay? So this is what channeled. How would you like to spend the rest of your life? with friends. Realizing you don't want nor need to be alone anymore. And it was really interesting because they were showing me someone just adrift alone in the sea. And it was just like, I'm just gonna sway and I'm just gonna be here. And you didn't really know where you were gonna end up. But what was interesting was that you're not adrift anymore. You have your own life raft. You were lost, but now you are found. Community and safety. Healing the heart to welcome greater spheres of love. Experiencing love on a global scale. Embodying gratitude and oneness. Okay, this is super cool. So some of us are going to be awakening to this desire, this great desire of, I want community. I want people in my life. And not just any people. I want my soul people. I want to foster this community of amazing souls that are in balance and in harmony with who I am. And it's really beautiful because it's opening up our hearts. When we start gathering like-minded people and individuals together who all are holding this space for each other, but also hold their own unique gifts and talents, they're just showing me this amazing exchange that happens in energy where we're all feeding off each other's energy and it builds the energy. Ooh, I'm getting chills. Wow. So it's almost like you thought you needed to be alone. You know, so many of us light workers believe that because we get so exhausted by helping everyone else. We forget to fill our cups, right? So this is what's getting shifted. We're learning how people, yes, other people can fill your cup. And it's almost like this light switch, like, what? Really? I've never experienced this before. And it's absolutely mind-blowing to a lot of you because a lot of you have not had that community. You have not had the individuals in your life that can match your vibe. But now they're coming in. Now they're available. And if not, you're seeking them out. You're going, where are my people? And setting those intentions with the divine. Help me find my divine soul family, because these people are the people that are literally divinely sent for you. And this beautiful combination of energies increases this energy of love, increases this energy of abundance and gratitude and friendship. And they're just showing me how together, that energy is powerful. They're just showing me this big, huge beam of light that is shooting out into the universe when you bring your souls together. So think about that. Think about the people in your life. Who expands your experience of love? Who in your life expands your light? Doesn't take from it, but expands it. What sort of community do you need to be in, or do you need to be creating in your life? And where do you need to recognize you do need one? We are not meant to be alone, okay? You're not lost anymore. It's time for you to be with your people. It's time for you to be echoing out greater spheres of light and love. And you can do that by being with your community. And what's cool is they said community and safety. So this is a community that you're going to feel right at home with. And once more, that might feel a little scary. That just made me feel a fear just popped in. It was like, oh, I have to be exposing myself. I have to be vulnerable. You know, sometimes we can feel that way when we're tiptoeing into a new environment or with new people. but they're just saying, no, these are the people you're going to feel right at home with. You're going to feel safe. You're going to feel supported. Not only that, you're going to feel valued and appreciated. Okay? So the more you feed this love cup and the more you surround yourself with others who feed it for you, the more this love intensifies in your life and echoes out. Okay? It's very, very powerful. So experiencing love on a global scale, gratitude and oneness, sharing all that you've learned by being the light. Now, some of us are going to be pushed into teacher positions. So they're bringing this up, and that's what I really feel this whole global scale thing is coming in and sharing what you've learned. This is absolutely incredible because a lot of you are waking up to your potential. And you're waking up, whoa, okay, this is just popping in, to some of these dormant codes, these dormant energies within you that have been in you for lifetimes. So some of you are going to be accessing your past life gifts. Some of you are going to be accessing soul gifts that you're now ready to share. So, wow, okay, yeah, like this is going way deeper than a lot of you realize. Your heart is going to be expanding on a level that it never has before. So it's needed. Some of you are very old souls and you are here to be love. Okay, so if you've noticed your journey has been a lot about conditional love, it's been very painful, it's been very hard, you're still the love. And you've come through this to understand unconditional love out of greater energy. So I'm seeing some of us are going to be waking up and being pushed into these leadership roles, these teacher roles, because we've come out the other side. We're now learned enough because we're now choosing ourselves. We're now mastering self-love. We're mastering our communities. We're building support. We're building strength in community. Now that we're all set, we have the bandwidth to share. Wow, isn't this amazing? This is unbelievable. See how your whole journey was set up to put you first? Woo! That is a huge download. Okay. See how your whole life has been set up so you could heal first? So you could learn how to love yourself, how you could learn to heal and create through love. You had to master fear. You had to master your wounds. You had to master your hurt and transmute it. Wow. They're showing me the magician. You have done something that seemed completely impossible, but you've done it. This is alchemy. This is complete transcendence. And what's crazy is what channeled was transcendence. Earthly energies be gone. You're all spirit. Transcending fear into light. Facing soul truth. You're only here for a short amount of time. How do you wish to spend it? Okay, this is amazing. So we're starting to wake up to this journey we've had and go, wow, I needed to heal. Now that I'm healed enough, now that I finally built these strongholds, these proper foundations of love and community, I've learned how to top myself up, I'm ready to now share in a big way and in the proper way. So they're kind of showing me them giving you this gift, this community, this presence, these clients, these people that you're going to be helping, however that is for you. But if they had given you this gift any sooner, you wouldn't have been ready. because you wouldn't have known how to support yourself. You wouldn't have known how to love yourself. You would have been zapping yourself dry. And you would have been helping from the wrong reasons. Now that you've learned the lessons, you've become fully who you are, you're embodying who you are, you're believing in yourself, you're not building from self-doubt, criticism, or fear. You're now ready for this great gift. You're now ready to step into the leader role in your life. Woo! That's amazing. So, we're getting a big old push from the universe this week. So, are you ready? Have you learned your lessons? Have you been getting the bigger picture to how everything has literally happened in perfect time? Wow. So we are transcending fear and we're transmuting it into light. Facing soul truth. Okay, so with this recognition to this role that we're about to go into, they're showing me this wisdom that comes into play, because we're going, okay, I'm about to step into this role. How do I want to do this? How do I want to share my light? What is it that I want to accomplish with the small amount of time that I have here in this earthly incarnation? So we're stepping into our soul. We are cultivating a soul truth and now making the conscious decisions of how we're going to share this light. Very, very cool. So from this, they're showing me this amazing illumination to seeing through the eyes of your soul. So they actually were recommending that we meditate this week. For those of you who feel called, booking hypnosis sessions or past life regression sessions, but they're just showing me how we need to be going inward and asking to be shown things through alternate perspectives, because we're going to be waking up to big truth this week, and it's all time. These huge downloads are going to be ready for us. So we need to be taking the time to access them. So meditate, do some hypnosis, do whatever it is you need to do to get this clarity, but ask specifically, show me my life or my wounds or these next steps through the eyes of my soul. Because I'm seeing the soul knows all, right? The soul knows everything. That's where all the answers lie. So you need to be accessing the wisdom of your soul this week. Now it's very cool because from here, we're getting a lot of clarity and perspective shifts, especially around death. This is interesting. So kind of a switch of pace here. But what was coming through is, as we do this, as we connect with the soul, we're going to start seeing the illusion of death. And it makes sense, right? Because the soul is constant. The soul never dies. The soul continues on. So whether you're doing past life regression, whether you are just meditating or communing with your soul, you're going to be accessing this knowledge that, wow, okay, life goes on. It continues. Death is an illusion. And it's freeing us from this fear of limited time. So what's interesting is we have this polarity between knowing we have a short amount of time in this incarnation, but then getting this higher awareness that there is no such thing as time. So we're kind of like, oh, okay, I've only got this much time, but I'm just going to continue on. I'm going to keep going. My soul is going to always keep going, right? We get this awareness, okay? So what channeled was transcending death, seeing it as the ultimate illusion, and yet seeing the preciousness of life, of earth, and why you're here. So we're going to be cultivating this balance in our understanding. and getting this larger understanding of life and the beauty of it. So getting to see the interconnectedness of all things, seeing how this is so much bigger than you. Illumination to where you've been thinking too small, too limited, where you have forgotten the universe, and where you have forgotten the universe in your goals. Trust the divine. A choice is to be made. Them or you. The old or the new. Your old beliefs or the new. Blaze a new trail. Lightworker, it is now time to shine. Okay, this was very cool. So once more, as we get this new perspective, seeing through things through the eyes of the soul, we begin to realize how small our thinking really has been. And it makes sense because when we're so in our bubble of life, we fail to see that larger perspective. We fail to see how all the little things we think are important aren't, and we're failing to see the bigger picture. So what I am seeing here is this week, we're going to be getting this soul perspective of our lives and what's truly important. Where we've been failing to see how big our presence and our purpose in life is, and where we need to have our heads shaken a bit to go, this is a lot bigger than you think. Lightworker, you are a lot bigger than you think. You're here to do things, to be things, to embody things more than you ever realized. So where have you been thinking too small? Where are you being too limited? Where have you forgotten the power of your soul, the power of the universe that you are so connected to? So we're getting illumination to oneness here. Everything you've ever needed literally exists in you because you are God. You are the universe. You are an extension of everyone and everything. We need to stop cutting off ourselves from greatness, from what we know we need to be doing, from the love, the source of the universe, and our ability to create what's next. And they're showing me how all of our dreams collectively, oh my, when they come together, they're so powerful. Once again, the power of community, this global scale community. When us light workers each start putting in this grounded action of love, taking the actions we intuitively know we need to be taking, and we're putting out that vibration, can you imagine how powerful that is? How powerful you are? Like, this is so much bigger. This is so much bigger. So where have you forgotten how big this is? How no, it isn't just about you. And this is important to remind yourself when there is fear. When you're afraid to do what needs to be done, to take the actions that need to be done. How sad would it be if you didn't do what you know you needed to do and you deprived the world of that love, that joy, that healing that you can give, that you're meant to share. So are you actually doing a disservice to the world, to the universe, by hiding your light, by hiding away, by not being who you are? And where do you now need to conquer that fear and go, this is bigger than me? I've been given these gifts from God, the universe. I am here to share them. And I now need to claim them and give them out to the world. Unbelievable what we are shifting this week. And once again, doesn't mean we won't have fear. Doesn't mean we won't be afraid. Doesn't mean we're not going to have help and courage and our friends. That's provided for you. Where have you forgotten that help and support is provided to you? It's there for you. You don't have to do anything alone. Where do we have that blockage? Oh, I just need to do it all by myself. I'm so scared. I don't want to do this alone. Well, don't do it alone. You have help. So where have you forgotten the universe? Where have you become so self-reliant that you've shut it out? That you've shut out the help and support that is available to you through your friends, through your family, through your soul connections, through your spirit team who has been specially assigned to you, who has loved you so much they chose to be with you. Where are you not enlisting that help? Where have you forgotten and trusted the universe? Like, do you trust the universe? God has a hand in your life. The universe cares for you. It wants you to succeed. So, say no to these beliefs that deplete you, that make you feel afraid, that make you want to stay small. Say no to the limits that others or yourself have put upon you. And say yes to yourself. Say yes to your God-given calling. This is the time to be doing it. So a choice must be made. Have you realized what choice you are making, consciously or unconsciously, in your life? Are you choosing you? Are you choosing your authentic path? Are you choosing support? Are you choosing help? Are you trusting that the universe is going to pave the way, even if you don't know what that is yet? Gather the evidence this week of your life, what you've come through and your experiences. See how everything has unfolded truly in the best way for you. See how just like a loving parent doesn't stop their child from undergoing challenge, but sees how it helps them grow and is there to support them through every step. That is exactly how the universe shows up for you. So see it, believe it, know it's there. And know that you're now safe to make this choice, to choose yourself, to be the light worker you're here to be, and to blaze a new trail, even if it scares you, even if it makes you afraid. Do it anyway. Because that's what someone who loved themselves would do. Do it anyway, because that is what you deserve. Do it anyway, because that's exactly what your soul came here to do. So friends, that's all I have for us this week. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it gives you that strength to make those decisions and to know you're never alone. You are so loved. There is a higher purpose to your life. There is a higher purpose for all that you've gone through, all that you're going through now. And you are going to come out the other side. And you're going to come out stronger than ever, more beautiful than ever, more lighter than ever. And I can't wait to see you shine. Sending you all so much love. Have a beautiful week, my friends. Bye-bye.